AGF, if you remember. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Unraveling allegations of corruption and abuse of office. I mean, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, is investigating Abubakar Malami, who is the former Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, over allegations of corruption. Isn't it an oxymoron? I mean, when you place two opposing things together, I mean, you would have expected that an AGF would be distanced from anything corruption. And remember when he was first fingered, and the EFCC had already given him an invitation. He had said, you know what, my hands are clean. I'm so transparent. You can investigate me. I'm as clear as water. Now, it's not just about corruption. Money laundering is part of it. Even the abuse of office. I think it goes back to what is it ICPC said? Where he said that, look, if we were to use or implement the Constitution, the laws, the rule of law, and the laws of the land on every Nigerian, more than 80% will be found culpable. Malami, who recently defected, this is another point of call, to the African Democratic Congress, ADC, is claiming that the investigation is politically motivated witch hunt. And that he has also demanded the recusal of EFCC chairman Olanipekun Olukoyede. And he's citing bias, he's citing personal vendetta. Just recently, and only recently, did we also see that operatives of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission have raided the offices and private residences of a former Attorney General of the Federation, Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, San in Abuja and Kebbi State. So these raids were confirmed in a statement issued on Wednesday by Malami's media aide, Mohammed Doka. Now, Doka says, the raid came shortly after Malami's office publicly referenced Chapter 9 of the Justice Ayo Salami Judicial Commission of Inquiry report. Now, Doka claimed that the raid was for the purpose of seizing Chapter 9 of the report. He also accused the EFCC chairman, Ola Olukoyede, of bias and demanded his recusal from matters relating to him. He described the timing and scope of the raids as troubling. That is raising questions about the motive, the legality, and the intent behind the action. All right, now let me take you a little bit back. The Justice Ayo Salami Judicial Commission of Inquiry was established by the federal government in 2021. And this was to investigate allegations of corruption, abuse of office, mismanagement of recovered assets within the EFCC, particularly during the tenure of former EFCC Chairman Ibrahim Magu. So that panel submitted its reports to the presidency in November of 2021. However, the document has largely remained unpublished, with only limited excerpts referenced in official and media circles. Now, Chapter 9 of the report has since become a focal point of controversy, as it is said to contain findings and recommendations relating to the roles of senior government officials, including Malami, during his time as supervising minister of the EFCC. So they believe that this whole charade is that because of a Chapter 9. In fact, Malami's office is challenging the EFCC to clarify the legal basis for searches allegedly centered on a specific chapter of a Judicial Commission report. And they're questioning why due process was not followed if the investigation was lawful and free of bias. Meanwhile, the Association of Nigerian Students for Accountability and Good Governance, and SAG, has faulted Malami's outcry. They're describing it as an attempt to whip up public sympathy and evade lawful scrutiny, and SAG urged Malami to respect due process and allow the courts to determine the allegations against him. So the student's body is also stressing that Malami was neither the first, nor will he be the last, or the only former minister to be investigated by the EFCC. They also went to note that several other public holding officials, they have all undergone, or they have mostly undergone, similar probes without alleged persecution. Because Malami is saying, I'm being persecuted now. There must be something they're holding me here for. I don't know why exactly I'm being held. Now recall that Malami served as Attorney General from 2015 to 2023 tenure under the President Muhammadu Buhari administration. Yeah? During his tenure, though, he oversaw several high-profile corruption cases, including the recovery of stolen assets, the persecution or prosecution of high-ranking officials. So the investigation into Malami's activities is part of EFCC's broader efforts to combat corruption and financial crimes in Nigeria. The commission has also been criticized for its selective approach, especially when they are investigating, prosecuting corruption cases. Some have been accusing them of targeting opposition politicians. If you also recall, as I said earlier, or mentioned earlier, Malami has just moved into the ADC. Could this be why he's being targeted? But if we begin to think in this line, would we not also be guilty of the same things that we mention over and over again about how we have been polarized within political, religious, ethnicity, and all of that? And this is clouding or beclouding our eyes, our minds, to being rational. Our guest, Comrade Gerald Okachi, he's a human rights activist, public affairs commentator, social analyst, as well as a conflict resolution expert. We'll be throwing more lights into this. A very good morning. Welcome, Comrade.
Yes, a very good morning to you. Thank you for having me.
Awesome, Comrade. Comrade, I'd like you to spill your mind in view of the cries from the ex-AGF, Abubakar Malami, saying, I am being persecuted here. I am the victim. After the same Malami had said, when he was first contacted for questioning, that I am an open book. I have nothing to fear. You will probe me, you will interrogate me, you will investigate me, and you'll find nothing on me because I'm clean. And the allegations on him are very serious allegations. They are not one to wish away. Corruption, abuse of office. What comes to your mind? Because just recently, the EFCC went to his offices in Abuja and Kebbi, and he's already crying foul, saying that there is a chapter 9 somewhere, and because of that chapter, he believes that the EFCC boss is scared, and so he has asked that the EFCC boss be recused from his interrogation or investigation.
Dan.
Yes, please.
Good morning to you once again. To
good
the
morning.
Listeners.
Yeah.
Today we examine the EFCC probe of former Attorney General of the Federation,
Yeah.
Abubakar Malami. This is a case that raises serious questions about corruption, abuse of power, and the credibility of Nigerians' fight against corruption, especially that of EFCC, ICPC, and the rest. Abubakar Malami served as Attorney General of the Federation from 2015 to 2023. As Attorney General of the Federation, he was Nigeria's chief law officer with oversight on prosecutions, assets recovery, and legal advice to the government, especially on recovered looted funds like the Abacha loot. So, if you look at the EFCC investigations, so for reported investigations, they talk about irregular handling of the $310 million Abacha loot recovery, including allegations of duplication, inflated legal fees, and lack of transparency. There are also allegations of unusual financial flows with reports of multiple bank accounts and property acquisitions linked to Malami during and after his tenure. And of course, abuse of office where powers of the Attorney General of the Federation may have been used to shield allies or frustrate investigations. You know, before the claims of Abubakar Malami is the claims you get from every accused public or former public officer.
Right.
You know, they will first cry wolf and they pretend to be innocent. We have seen such cases happen 1, 2, 3 many times. We can cite examples where at the beginning they will tell they are clean, you know, their palms are very clean, there are no hairs, everything. At the end of the day, when you begin to dig and dig, revelations begin to come out and you begin to see those voices begin to weaken. And even those who clamor to show support or solidarity will begin to get weak by the account of revelation that begins to come out. So, Malami defense, he claimed that he denied all allegations describing the group as witch hunt. He insisted that there's no terrorism, financing, or money laundering case against him, and has even asked the EFCC himself, citing alleged conflicts of interest. You know, it becomes taka me, I taka you, tika me, I tika you. You know,
Right.
these things that we normally see in Nigeria, just like we saw with a recent time with Dangote and Ahmed Farouk.
Yeah.
So, can former Attorney General of the Federation be investigated without political interference? That is the question.
Okay.
So, this case is not just about Malami. It raises bigger questions. Why do high-profile suspects often get invited and released without prompt prosecution? Is Nigeria serious about tracing recovered loot beyond press releases? So it shouldn't be an issue that we begin to have a media trial of Abubakar Malami. I expect EFCC,
Yeah.
you know, several times they have invited him, giving him administrative bail. It shouldn't be this usual media trial that we have seen them in recent time doing with many profile figures. At the end of the day, nothing concrete will come out of it. They should, you know, up their game. The other time I praised them with their professionalism, you know, in handling cases, but they should up their game. It should be that by the time you are inviting any high-profile person, you must have had a watertight evidences and facts that you just need to, you know, do the just to do the normal what do you call it, to fulfill all righteousness by invitation, and from there take them to court, present your evidence. Is either court to remind or, you know, to make the person to face trial. So the rest test is simple. Produce evidence and go to court. If Malami is guilty, prosecute him transparently. If he's innocent, clear him publicly. Anything short of that weakens public trust and the rule of law, as we already experiencing in Nigeria today. For issue of Malami, even while he was serving as a patriot, I have always been skeptical about his position. You know, I've always been, because he was a very sensitive position. There have been a lot of reports, plenty reports, you know, that came out of his office. You know that. Even while he was still holding sway, we have been carrying press release demanding some level of transparency and accountability in some of the things he has been doing. You understand? Thank God that he's no longer in office where he can influence some of those things we complain. Let the anti-graft agency do their due diligence and do the work and stop all this media trial. If Malami is found guilty, let the court be the one to decide and not all these public media trial that we have often seen them indulging, and that, you know, affects the trust that Nigerians have with regard to these anti-graft agencies. So Malami stands as Attorney General of Federation and Minister of Justice, oversees major asset recovery efforts, including the Abacha loot repatriation. At a point, we are told that some of the recovered loot we are pushing to conditional cash transfer. So Nigeria recovers multiple trenches of Abacha loot from Switzerland, UK, and the others. So, as a member of the civil societies and activists, we have raised concerns over the opacity, legal fees, and monitoring of the recovered funds, which we have up to date still struggling to get. Now, if you begin to look into Malami's, when I talk about Malami and source and people associated with him, you will see the kind of affluence, or expression, or exorbitant richness that you will begin to ask yourself, how did we get to this point? Just like Dangote tried to be a patriot by asking very, very germane questions, and he asked germane questions, which resulted into resignation of Farouk.
Yeah, because
he's a very influential person, the richest man in Africa. If persons like you would work or myself with such questions, things you will hear is that either you are anarchists or hater of the government, or one thing or the other.
We might be jailed.
If you're not careful, you'll be jailed. You understand? But because he's a very influential person, you see the heat is generating. We have been asking questions just like that on a daily basis, but nobody's responding. Now it becomes government investigating Malami. You begin to hear witch hunting, vendetta, and what have you. If it is vendetta and witch hunt, from my views, let it be so, provided he commits a crime or what he was accused of. If others get to power, whether ADC, Labour, PDP, what have you, if you get to power, which hurt your own, let us sanitize the system. It shouldn't be that when they bring the torchlight of investigation on you, you begin to shout which one. Those that are facing trial, like the likes of Chris Ngige, who also served in the same time that Malami served, and is still a member of APC. Look at that witch hunt. The life of Yaya Bello that is going to court, we also call that witch hunt. No, let's stop all the issues of politicizing or using propaganda to frustrate anti-craft work. You understand? They are the public response that claim that political persecution and demand EFCC chairman to rescue himself from it. If truly there's conflict of interest with regards to the man that who is holding sway at the EFCC, the matter should be reassigned to either ICPC or any other anti-craft agency to investigate, or the man resign so that we have a transparent investigation, not the one that at the end of the day conflict of interest will override the interest of the national interest.
All right. So you don't.
Okay. Have been attached. Nigeria awaits either prosecution or official closure of the investigation. So just like they tried with issue of MFLA, whatever they are seeing, they should make it. They should present to Nigerians with evidence. Look at what we found. Look at the traces of investigation. There shouldn't be something you do study and you come out, you begin to do accusation and counter accusation that we have seen in the past.
All right. Well, we'll just open the phone lines, get to hear from family members now. You want to add your voice in the discourse, 0907-353-0044. Stick to this number I gave, and I'm just going to give it to you again, 0907-353-0044. All right. Hello. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning, UT.
Yes. Good morning to you, please. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is the voice of Kimbi Hundu.
Oh, Kimbi, yes, where are you calling from?
From Enugu State.
Awesome.
Yes,
Enugu State. Awesome.
Yes.
All right.
I've been in Enugu State for about 3 weeks now.
Oh, okay. Understood. Explains a lot.
Yes. Thank you. Enugu is calm and cool.
Beautiful.
In fact, there is something I saw that, actually made my mind to be at rest. While we were going in from, before you go to Maduka University, that place is very bushy, and what the governor has done is that he has brought in some vehicles and very close, checkpoint.
Okay.
So as a party, your mind will be at rest that those people will not come out of the bush and then they will attack you.
Awesome. That's something good.
Yes. One funny thing is that anytime you call the name Malami, what it comes to my mind is former Attorney General who was very powerful. At the point he became head of the cabal. He was the one who single-handedly removed the former SSA chairman, Magu. The allegations that were leveled against him, who was later sweating under the carpet, nothing was being done, and he brought in Bawa Abdulrashid. Yes. And he also got married to the daughter of late President Muhammad Buhari. So he became very powerful. He could take a lot of decisions. But one thing is that Buhari himself told them, he said they should be careful when he wasn't appointing them, because remember it took Buhari about 8 months to appoint minister. People were shouting. He was just there all alone. It took him a lot of time. So he was telling them when they eventually came on board, they should be very careful of what they do, that one day they would pay for it. So just like your guests have said, we are expecting that if the EFCC have iron-cast evidence, of course, they should go ahead and let him. But if they don't have all this media trial, it will not help us. And of course, I was also saying one thing, that there is a kind of witch hunting going against perceived enemies that cannot be taken away from the EFCC. Those who are seen to be in support of the federal government, you see, they paid a blind eye. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Taking B right there, taking Eagles FM to Enugu State. We appreciate you in no small way. We'll take this call and then we go pay some bills. Hello, good morning.
Okay, the man with the golden voice.
Oh,
good morning.
Triple D. Welcome aboard. Where are you calling from?
Thank you, from Waruna.
Awesome. Talk to us. Go ahead, Triple. Go ahead.
May God bless that your guest, because he has made my day. He said something that really, I'm happy. Let me just say I'm happy.
Right.
Let him, with one thing, prove he has committed the offense. Where are we as Nigerians, and what do we really want? Do we really know how to pursue what we want for this country to be better? Now, sir, these same people, I mean, Malami did not utter a word of moving to another party. Nobody will pursue him. These people that maybe, allegedly, they have left this country. And because this government is not favoring them, they want to move to another party, from another party, so that they will now come back and continue looking us. That is the reason why we are where we are today. Because when the condition is not favoring them, they will now go and form another party believing that they are good. I'm not speaking for Tenibo. I'm not an FSC man, but I don't like painting issue.
Okay, I get that.
Now, you come understand this kind of a thing. The person doing Malami today, let him equally know that if he leave the office and nothing in his cabinet, they will still pursue him. In the politics we find ourselves, because we don't have a system anywhere. So people come to power, do what they want to do and go, because the system will not checkmate them. And if the system want to checkmate them, will now say EFCC was mainly to which one, or this, as the person committed the offense, yes or no? And let me tell you one thing.
Yes,
you know why I'm angry like this?
Please.
Most of this, our minister from the northern, and that Buhari gave them power, they have done nothing for us. Nothing. It's like we continue moving around, bowing for them before they give us food. I went to greet somebody, I told them I'll not bow for him. I'm managing my salary of 50,000, and by the grace of God, one day it will be better for me, and Nigeria will get it right.
That's right.
Let them account for what they did. What have they done in the north? Look at the minister of FCT that spent 8 years. You did. For a journalist, you may know better than me. Can you tell me 3 or 4 projects that this man has done in the FCT before he leaves? You did. Nigeria will get it right. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
We will get it right, Triple. I mean, it's enough to raise your emotions like that, but then I'm glad that you were able to still put it together. But anyways, though, comrade, we'll be right back. Let's just quickly head out, pay some bills. We'll be right back in a short bit and continue this conversation. All right.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Any motor where you dey drive, you need confirm protection, no. For your engine, no. Make a mobile. Make
go with the best.
Make it mobile.
Power Homes and Shelters Limited, a real estate company. We be Baba for properties. Our properties natural best.
Please listen to this important infomercial. It's Powell's time on radio. Abuja. Powell Homes and Shelters Limited has come with a vision of transforming housing through innovation, style and integrity. At Powell Homes and Shelters Limited, we deliver affordable luxury, comfort and reliability in real estate. We offer genuine lands, elegant homes, modern designs and flexible payment plans to make your dream home a reality. Visit us today and experience excellence you can trust. Our address is number 52, Suez Crescent, Abacha Estate, Wuse Zone 4, Abuja. You can call us on telephone number 081-510-20000 or 080-925-70000. The number to call us once again is 081-510-20000 or 080-926-70000. Now let's hear what your sister and veteran Nollywood actress Patience Ozoko Mama G has to say about this company.
My people, my name is Patience Ozoko, popularly known as Mama G. G for General. Do you want to buy genuine lands and other properties and need a brand you can trust? Think Powell Home and Shelters Limited. With a reputation built on honesty and reliability, we ensure your investment is secured. Our team of experts is dedicated to providing personalized service tailored to your needs. Join countless of satisfied customers who have found their dream properties with us. For inquiries, please call 0815 102 0000 or 0809 257 0000. We can get you property from any part of Nigeria. Think real estate, think Powell.
Thank you, Mama G, for that wonderful talk. Remember, our office is at number 52, Suez Crescent, Abacha Estate, Wuse Zone 4, Abuja. We also have branches in Enugu, Owerri, Oka, and Asaba, and Nairobi. Think real estate, think Powell.
Power Homes and Shelters Limited, a real estate company. We be Baba for properties. Our properties natural best. Invest your money, create a better future. A real estate company. We be Baba for properties. Real estate, our properties natural best. Power Homes and Shelters Limited, a real estate company. We be Baba for property. Our priority is to satisfy our client to the best.
This one na pampa, this one na helele. It never happened before. Magic season promo from Team Pumpy Concepts. Develop our care.
Now so, no ask us for Team Pumpy Concept how we go do it. It go be like magic. Only change us with some on our 60% discount on all our products. We call them Magic Season promo. Now you go take the lion's share. Hey, people don't rush up everywhere. Our land the way they capsana, Gusape, Akugude, plus include your Chara land the way we get for you. Now small time now. This Ogundia wolf go finish. We don't kickstart time from Wednesday, December 10. Go reach January 7, 2026 New Year. No dollar 7 for this festive season. This na magical way to wrap up the year. Come we office way day number 12 from Morofia Street. Who set to Abuja? Tell you why now 090-5454-5468 080-5288-8007 or 090-7917-7774. T-Pumpy Concept. Developer that cares.
Things they happen for our community, eh?
Now I can recoup back all the money I have spent on this annoying family.
Hey, yeah. That woman own don't finish.
My dear, let's go and greet them, okay?
Hey! Join Media Coalition and Awareness to hold trafficking, MICAT, on I Wish I Knew radio drama and program every Saturday at 10 a.m. on Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. Join us to kick human trafficking out of our society. I Wish I Knew radio drama and program is brought to you by MICAT and funded by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Denmark.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. It is Eagles Outlook, and we are looking at the public outcry of persecution credited to the former ex-AGF, talking about Abubakar Malami right there. And then, yes, we still have our guest, who is in a person of Comrade Gerald Okachi, has been adding his voice loudly and clearly in the arena of the Outlook this morning. I mean, so we can still get to hear from you. Some of you family members listening from wherever you may be have also contributed your voice to this. I mean, some have also cited the issues of witch hunt. Others have said whether witch hunt or not witch hunt, he's not the first, he's not going to be the last. If his hands are clean, why not just answer the call? Why not just do all that you can to support the investigation so that you can prove to any detractors, if there be any, that look, you tried, but this is who I am. My integrity then is the same. My integrity now is still the same. My integrity tomorrow will still be the same, because I know who I am. Right. But you want to add your voice. You want to give us your thoughts on this matter. Do you think that Malami is being witch hunter? Do you also think that it is a false call? Right? A false call for him to cite persecution, especially knowing fully well that just recently he had aligned himself with the ADC. Right. Well, the number is 0907-353-0044. That is 0907-353-0044. Or better still, you can just get onto the WhatsApp portal and leave us a voice note, or better still, just leave us a WhatsApp message letting us know your thoughts, your questions, and your concerns. Well, comrade, before I get through with you in a short bit, let's just quickly take this one from Joseph from Jai. Joseph says, good morning, and good morning to Eagles FM. Good morning to you too, my brother. UD, I can remember when late President Muhammadu Buhari openly said on television that nobody should mention his name on any corruption case. Buhari was referring to his ministers and so on. It means that late President Muhammadu Buhari knew that corrupt individuals in his regime will not escape. All right, we'll take this call and then we'll just get to hear from our guest and put a cap to the discourse. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, please.
My name is Godfrey.
Godfrey, where are you calling from, please?
I'm calling from the two.
All right, talk to us, Godfrey. Let's get straight to it.
It's actually shocking or laughable when those in government or who were in government, when they are accused, they start this kind of a that this man is doing in his position. Then, did he not think that the rendition of Nnamdi Kanu was wrong? Did he condemn it? Was it right for the federal government to Kenya to pick him up the way they did? Why didn't he condemn it? That is the problem with the country. So, you just shut up his mouth and face whatever consequence he's facing now. When they are in power, they see what is wrong, they keep quiet because they are supporting those the people in government. So if he supported that Nnamdi Kanu rendition to Nigeria, Kenya was right, he should just shut up. Thank you.
All right, shut up. Shut up and face the music. That's what he says. Well, comrade, I'd like to hear your final thoughts on this. I mean, you've been one who said, look, young man, if your hands are clean and all of that, this is not supposed to be a matter of persecution or not. If your hands are clean, just face the music and come out triumphantly, so that it will also allow for Nigerians to hold you with high esteem of integrity, as well as hold the EFCC with high integrity. What are your thoughts finally as we put a cap to this?
You see, why that government officials always claims witch hunt or vendetta anytime there's investigative touch or demand for accountability, why they host well, is because of governance issue and accountability crisis we have in Nigeria. So the witch hunt and the vendetta claim is not accidental. It is deliberate political tool or legal and psychological strategy just to, delay or slow down pressures, or, to, get supporters of other political parties, or even connive with Nigerians that are not well sound with regards to what is happening. When investigation begin with many ex-officials, they know evidence exists because of their memos, approvals, bank trails, and certainly there be witnesses. So the best thing they normally do is start shouting witch hunt. They aim to discredit the process before fast a match. Show public or maybe shape public opinion ahead of court proceedings, or maybe put pressures on investigators and get us to discuss it, which is what we are doing today, or shift debate from what did you do to why are you being prosecuted. So these are some of the things they try to make. So the history of Nigeria shows that we have always have the selective prosecutions, and because we have selective prosecution, the credibility and the trust on anti-graft agency has always been shaken. So opposition figures being pursued more aggressively than ruling party loyalists makes it suspected anytime they begin to raise this fly this flag of witch hunting, and and the lack of institutional trust fuels the narrative. So I expect EFCC and ICPC to come clean. This issue of witch hunts is not far-fetched from just to buy time and weaken prosecution. I expect them to be strong if they have anything to go by, because witch hunts claims often lead to endless media debates. It often leads to court injunction, interlocutory appeals, petitions against investigators, calls for recusal and administrative delays, which is what we are seeing now. So time is critical in corruption cases. Let us not begin to allow delays with this kind of system they have tried, that they have used over the years. If maybe Malami is to be investigated in UK or US, maybe just like Ekorama find himself in those areas, I'm sure he will not be shouting political witch hunt or vendetta. You understand? Many in power today, we are in power yesterday, or will be in power tomorrow. So political class solidarity is what you normally see whenever such situations appear, because in opposition, everybody knows that Malami he has a very large pocket. So it is expected that any party he goes to, he must fund or support whatever the party is doing. So they try to do such solidarity because the ideology or understanding would be, if they can come for this guy, of course they can come for any of us. So this is why you really hear former officials say, let the law take its course. Anybody that is clean, we are saying, let the law take its course. What you need to do to the public is present your template of how you go swear, why you are given opportunity to, do one thing or the other. So we have never seen a culture where they call somebody and you say, okay, let the law take his course, or come out, say, okay, from so point to so point. That is why it appears like many Nigerians are rooting for the likes of P2B.
Okay.
Because whenever issues are raised for him, in fact, there was one of the videos I saw him going about with file of his stewardship in Anambra State. That any place you call him at any time, he will tender it. Whatever you raise, he will explain himself, tell you the bank, what he left in the bank, how he, that's what we expect the likes of Malami, and not this witch hunt thing just to, derail the investigation. Then you begin to look at media and ethnic framing, where you begin to say ethnic bias, religious persecution, regional marginalization, and you begin to mobilize supporters to distract, the reinvestigation evidence, to weaken what they are. So, but you expect strong consequences for bad behavior. We shouldn't be having weak consequences, which encourage the habit of many former officials to begin to claim this witch hunt thing. The truth must be established, people who are confident of their innocence don't fight investigations. They fight evidence in court. The real problem is not that they begin to cry with it, but the real thing is that the investigation really ends in convictions. Stolen assets are rarely recovered transparently. The system allows politics to overwhelm justice. So tomorrow, if maybe Malami decide to do plea bargain or decide to do Dobale to President Bola Tinubu, so okay, on your mandate we start 2027. You will see they will begin to subpedal with issue of corruption. So we need to strengthen our institutions of government, ensure there's independence, in whatever they are doing. It shouldn't be that you begin to look at the body language of one executive or the other before you do your work. They should be thoroughly independent. We are even including the president cannot influence what they are doing, just as you have in other developed nations. By so doing, they can gain public trust and establish credibility. It shouldn't be that you get opposition today, you which hurt them, give them bad names, and tomorrow if they turn around, just like you saw former union leader who we so trust as a comrade, he was given opportunity to lead the ruling party, claimed that if you jump into APC, all your sins will be forgiven, and we have seen them practice that over time, and it makes it difficult. Even when they have genuine case, they present it, people will be looking at them, they are here again because this guy is no longer with them. So I expect EFCC to fight a thorough work, and of course, why they are fighting thorough work, they should expand it to all, including the serving officials. It shouldn't only be centered on people that have left their party. That's why when in my opening remark, I made reference to Chris Ngige, I made reference to Yaya Bello. Those who are still in APC that are facing trials, these people will begin to claim that oppositions are being targeted or being weakened. Even though that in today's political field in Nigeria, it appears like we are tending towards a one-party system, which cannot help our democracy.
Right. Anyways, though, I got a message here. It's coming from whom? I think it's Triple D, right? All the way from Wari. He's adding an addendum right now. He says Nigeria elected officer are so powerful that nobody holds them accountable. So they loot as they want. The only way to disgrace them is when they leave the office. Nobody will disgrace or run after. Nobody will disgrace or run after you if you go to office with a spirit of contentment and fear of God. Nothing lasts forever. Power, money, title, position, they are vanity. Let him account for his deed. If found guilty, Nigeria will get it right one day. Honorable, I see you. You've been trying to record us a message. I don't know when this message is going to drop, though. But anyways, let's get to the Facebook page and see what other messages we can find. And I want to also implore you to get across the Facebook page as well as the YouTube channel. Leave a comment in the comment section and let's have this conversation already. All right, I think finally, though, this voice note is here. We'll just take it from the Honorable Edwards from Apo, I believe.
Mr. Odo, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Honorable from Apo.
Yeah.
Malami should not take that case as it's a political, punishment.
Mm-hmm.
It is not so. Nobody is politicalizing his case. Do you know that some people that were not born when this thing started, this Abacha route started, do you know that most of them are even married now? When this Abacha issue of all this money started, some of them are married, some of them are graduate. This matter has been for long in the system. If this money was actually remitted to our government account and someone diverted it, there they should not talk because he has come to ADC. If he knows that, yes, if he come, he will expose him, he will adjust in APC. He will be prosecuted too. They should prosecute that man. That man is using that to gain sympathy from people. He should answer his questions. Ngige is there? Is not a member of APC, former Kogi State governor, as mentioned by you or someone mentioned that. So nobody should go under cover of any situation to embezzle Nigerian money. If you're a member of APC and you commit, you should be prosecuted. But I mean, should stop being try to be wise. He was even treated like a VIP when he went to EFCC. He was released. So what is he doing? He should go to that prison and stay there, answer this question. If that money, he should bring that money back. Enough is enough. Thank you.
All right, go there, stay there. If that money is, if that money you are found, pay for it. You have to pay for whatever it is that you have committed right there. But I'm afraid, comrade, that it may not just be a Malami issue, because when you see a powerful man like that, who has held the reins of power, one of the most coveted, offices within the political, structure of Nigeria, you will also want to agree with me that there are some very, very powerful backup, if you like, cabals, that may also be behind him. And then, most of the time, we even see it in movies, we see it in reality. If I go down, all of you will go down. And that's what it is. So it makes Nigerians, too, very skeptical about these kinds of investigation and probes. Because quite a number of Nigerians be like, you know what, it's just the same script. They will come out now and tell us the next thing. The next thing will be, health grounds. I'm not feeling all right. Look at me. Look at my age. Look at this. I need to be flown abroad. We know the drama, right? We know how these scripts play out, right? And all of that. But we are looking forward to a better, judicial system. It's just very shameful and awful and hurtful that we have an ex-AGF who has been fingered to have failed, not just failing woefully, because one of such will be the place of embezzlement, stealing our monies, right? Stealing the monies, abusing his office, corruption cases, stolen assets.
If you look at the hotels linked to the source, the funds linked to the source, security firms linked to the source, in schools, investments here and there, they run in billions, billions, not in trillions. Some they claim that they link to one of the best in Kano, in Kebbi, university that was recently accredited to run. You begin to ask yourself, all these things are vanity upon vanity. They ends here. It ends here. So I already know that there will be a lot of demand for accountability when it comes to Malami. But then the most important thing is that the anti-corruption agency should be seen to be independent. Justice should be seen and to be seen to be done. It shouldn't be that you raise questions and they begin to talk about witch hunting just to weaken or reduce the pressure of asking questions of how it goes well. Just to record that one of the defenses of former AGF is that there was a conditional cash transfer. And you begin to ask yourself, even UD, do you know somebody that knows somebody?
I don't know.
Next to next street.
No.
I said he benefited from the conditional cash transfer.
Well, I don't know.
And they claim that they know the poorest of the poor. How did you come with that data? Poorest of the poor, do they have bank accounts? When you begin to ask all these questions, they will begin to look at it. So it's good that it's coming up to at this time, and we expect a strong consequence so that it will help to sanitize our system. It shouldn't be that at a point they begin to do plea bargain, maybe with return some billions and some properties, and you free us. No, it shouldn't be so. It encourages continuous stealing, and it appears only in Nigeria that when you steal bigger money, bigger things, your problems will be less. But if you steal just a very few things, we are in a year 2 period now. If they catch you in the market stealing just a fowl, they will burn you too. They will throw tie on your neck.
Right.
In fact, may not be up to 20,000, as the case may be.
All right. Well, comrade.
So by the time you see the people steal 20 billion.
Yeah.
On one word, whether they are linked with the 200 billion. You see, they begin to make comments like witch hunt, vendetta, what have you, and begin to make people look for like minds to show solidarity. I expect Malami, if Malami comes up today and presents evidence of his stewardship, Comrade General will be behind him.
Right.
Once I'm convinced that truly is witch hunt, I will solemnly be behind him. I will advocate for him. But as at now,
you're not convinced.
All the allegations levied against you come out open.
Okay.
Just as Farouk was accused by Dangote of paying over $7 million and $5 million for 4 children, and he started claiming that family members contribute and SYCD.
Well, Comrade, time will not allow me to get on. I see where you're going with this, though. But thank you so much. I mean, this has to be said if we must get it rightly in this country. Thank you so much for your voice and adding it, without holding back on here and right here.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate. Well, that is how we call it a close now on the Prog Show this morning. I see your calls still coming through. Can't take any more calls. We'll just go ahead out, take the business news, and then prepare for the general open banter for 10. A very good morning to you. Don't go away. Keep listening.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
This is Eagles 102.3 News, your number one radio experience you can count on.
A very good morning. Here's your business news. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has revoked the operational